Samurai used women's weaknesses to strengthen their power. Samurai, like many other men throughout different historical periods, understood that women could be emotional beings, and their weaknesses could be used to their advantage. However, it is important to immediately clarify that this doesn't necessarily mean exploitation or manipulate. Using a woman's weaknesses in the context of samurai philosophy wasn't about suppressing or controlling her for personal gain. On the contrary, it was part of a strategy for a man who sought to strengthen his position through emotional closeness and respect for his partner. A samurai was a man who knew how to elicit feelings of attachment, admiration, and love in a woman, and he used these emotions to fortify his own position. However, it's important to note that for a samurai, these manipulations weren't an end in themselves. He never used a woman as a tool for gaining benefits. Instead, the samurai respected the woman as his equal and knew how to balance his actions to remain honest and true to his principles. Unlike a man who uses manipulation for personal gain, the samurai understood the importance of emotions in relationships, but always remained true to his path and his internal beliefs. Nevertheless, when a man starts manipulating women, trying to take advantage of their weaknesses for personal gain, he loses his true strength. A true samurai does not succumb to manipulation and does not let others' emotions alter his goals and principles. He acts according to his own beliefs, regardless of what the woman feels. Thus, the samurai philosophy teaches us that it is important for a man to be honest and immune to manipulation, both from women and from others. A samurai uses emotional closeness not to manipulate the woman but to create mutual respect and trust between them. Through honesty, resilience, and respect, he strengthens his power and influence, not through lies and trickery. A man who builds relationships on manipulation and exploiting a woman's weaknesses loses his inner strength. His position in the relationship becomes vulnerable because he relies on lies, not honesty and respect. A man's true power lies not in playing on others' weaknesses, but in remaining steadfast and acting with honesty and dignity. Do not change yourself for her approval. The first and one of the most important rules to derive from samurai philosophy is not to change yourself for a woman's approval. A samurai will never change his path or principles just to please others. He knows his worth, knows who he is, and remains true to his goals and ideals. A man who loses his essence to gain a woman's approval loses his strength. Samurai believed that a true man must be unwavering in his views and principles. He will not alter his character, beliefs, or goals just to gain the approval of others, including women. This rule holds great value in the modern world, where men are often pressured by societal expectations or standards imposed by women. A samurai understood that his inner dignity and strength depend not on external approval, but on how he perceives himself. A man who adjusts to a woman's desires and begins to change himself just to please her risks losing his identity and independence. He ceases to be who he is and becomes what he should be for someone else. A woman who would love him for not being authentic is not worth his time. True love and respect are only possible when both partners accept each other as they are, and do not try to change each other to meet external standards. Do not give in to the temptation to change your principles or behavior to please a woman. This is a weakness that can destroy both relationships and the man's inner harmony. A man who respects himself and his principles will always attract women who value him for who he truly is. He will build relationships based on mutual respect and honesty, not on false roles and masks he wears just to meet someone else's expectations. Samurai taught that a true man always remains true to his path, regardless of what others think of him. He understands that his worth is not determined by the opinions of others, especially not by a woman's opinion. His inner strength and resilience come from being himself in yielding, confident, and determined. A man who respects his principles and does not change for others will not only earn the respect of women, but also the respect of those around him. He becomes an example to follow because he possesses the inner strength and fortitude that many men in today's world lack. Thus, the samurai philosophy teaches us that self-respect, adherence to one's principles, and devotion to one's goals are what truly make a man strong and attractive. Do not change yourself for a woman's approval or society's standards, as that will only weaken your inner strength. Be who you are, and it is this person who will attract women who will appreciate your authenticity and strength. Don't forget your goals. The most important thing a man should remember is to never forget his goals and aspiration. Samurai philosophy has always emphasized the importance of staying true to one's path, no matter what external circumstances arise. Samurai were men with clear goals and objectives, and they never allowed anything to distract them from their purpose. Their lives were devoted to serving their goals, and they remained true to their path, no matter what was happening around them. Today, men face many temptations and distractions, and often, especially in relationships with women, they begin to forget their dreams and life goals. This may stem from a desire to please their partner, giving her more attention than to their own ambitions. But this is a mistake. When a man puts the relationship first and forgets about his own aspiration and goals, he loses his inner strength and direction. A woman who sees that you have lost focus on your goals will gradually lose respect for you. Even if, at first, she might enjoy your attention, in the long run, she will begin to feel that you are weak and dependent on her. A woman is attracted to strong, goal-oriented men who know what they want from life and pursue their goals with confidence. If you stop developing and abandon your dreams for her, you begin to lose your attractiveness as a leader and a man with inner strength. A samurai never strayed from his path for convenience or immediate gain. He always pursued his goal, no matter the obstacles. This was his main principle, to remain true to his path. A man who also doesn't forget his goals will always attract respect, both from women and from others. A woman will respect you for your determination, for not yielding to temptations, and for maintaining your focus. Be the man who strives for personal growth and development. Don't let anything distract you from your goal. When you stay true to your ambitions and dreams, you become more attractive to both women and those around you. They will admire your resolve and confidence, because only such a man can become a leader in relationships and life in general. Don't succumb to manipulations. Women, like anyone else, may try to manipulate men to get what they want. This does not mean that all women are manipulators, but it's important to understand that manipulations do exist, and that men should be able to recognize them. Manipulations can take many forms, such as through emotions or behavior, designed to provoke a reaction, test a man's strength, or even force him to do something against his will. Samurai honor excluded weakness and manipulation. A man striving to be a true samurai must be able to remain unshaken by any external influences. He will not react to every provocation or emotional manipulation, because he understands that true strength lies in self-control and the ability to keep his emotions in check. Reacting to manipulation is always a sign of weakness, and the samurai, possessing inner strength and wisdom, will not let anyone control him. A woman may try to provoke you, testing your ability to control your emotions. She may play on your feelings to see how weak and dependent you are on her reaction. However, the true samurai does not succumb to manipulation. He knows that his inner world and his strength should not depend on how someone else behaves. A man who can stay calm and not react to provocations demonstrates his resilience and inner strength. These qualities, such as resilience and self-control, are what women, especially strong and mature ones, will respect. A woman values a man who does not allow her or anyone else to disturb his inner peace and break his calm. This does not mean you should be cold or indifferent. On the contrary, a samurai respects a woman, but he always stays true to his principles and does not yield to manipulation just to please others. When you don't succumb to manipulations, you become more attractive and stronger in the eyes of women. You demonstrate that your strength lies in staying true to yourself, no matter the external circumstances. This is how men, acting in the spirit of samurai honor, are able to maintain the respect and trust of those around them, and also build deep and harmonious relationships based on mutual respect and sincerity. Don't live for her attention. One of the most common misconceptions among men is that they begin to live for a woman's attention. This can manifest in trying to please her, seeking her approval, or trying to attract her attention by any means possible. However, this approach robs a man of his inner strength. A true samurai does not need praise. He acts not to be noticed by others, but because it is his goal. He knows his worth and does not rely on external validation. In samurai philosophy, self-respect always comes first. A man does not seek approval from others, especially from a woman. His strength and confidence come not from external sources, but from an internal understanding of his goals, values, and principles. A man who seeks a woman's approval becomes dependent on her opinion, and this makes him weak. It's important to understand that dependence on a woman's attention is a sign of insecurity and weakness. This means the man lacks enough inner strength to feel his worth without external confirmation. When a man starts working to attract a woman's attention, he loses focus on his own goals. He may waste a lot of energy trying to please her, instead of developing himself as a person, moving toward his ambitions, and working on his own growth. The samurai always remained true to his principles and goals, and his actions were not dependent on how others perceived him. He was calm, confident, and independent. These qualities attract women. A woman who sees a man not seeking her attention, but fully focused on his goals, will be drawn to him. She will respect him for not relying on her approval, but for doing what he needs to do. You must work for your own goals and mission. This is the true strength of a man. And if a woman sees your inner strength and confidence, she will be drawn to you. In relationships based on respect and independence, the man maintains his strength, and the woman feels attracted and respected for his steadfastness. You should not put all your energy into attracting her attention, because it leads to a loss of balance and inner harmony. When a man truly values himself and his goals, the woman will feel this and will start seeking his attention herself. This is a much more natural and powerful approach, which commands respect and deep attraction. Don't strive for idealized relationships. Men often build idealized images of relationships, where the woman becomes not a real person, but an unattainable ideal. They may try to turn her into the perfect partner, forgetting that ideal relationships are an illusion. In reality, relationships are built on respect, honesty, understanding, and acceptance of each other as you are. Idealization always leads to disappointment because in real life, it's impossible to find someone who will meet all your expectations. True relationships are not a fairy tale, but real life, where you need to work on mutual respect, trust, and honesty. The woman should not be the object of your fantasies. You must accept her as she is, with all her flaws and virtues. Striving for idealized relationships, where one partner tries to conform to a fictional image, always leads to imbalance and dissatisfaction. In this case, the relationship will not be deep and sincere because each partner hides their true self, hoping the other will change or become perfect. Unlike people who live in illusions, the samurai always sought the truth. He did not build fantasies, but strove for real understanding of himself and his surroundings. The true strength of a man lies in accepting a woman as she is. When a man begins to idealize a woman, he loses the ability to see her true personality. Instead of respecting her as a person, he starts demanding perfect behavior and conformity to fantasy images. But this only leads to disappointment and dissatisfaction on both sides. Just as the samurai did not build illusions about his enemy, he did not build idealized images of his woman. He respected her for being herself, not for meeting some idealized standards. If you try to be someone you are not, or try to make the woman conform to your fantasies, you lose your true strength. These are false relationships that will not lead to respect and deep connection. It is important to be honest with yourself and your partner. Don't try to be someone you are not, and don't make the woman something she is not. Accept her as she is, and build your relationship on that foundation. This allows for a true connection based on mutual respect, rather than fantasies and illusions. This approach strengthens the relationship and gives real power to both sides. So, instead of striving for idealized relationships, focus on respect and honesty. Accept the woman as she is, and be honest with yourself. This is the samurai's way, who always sought the truth, not illusions. In relationships based on respect, honesty, and acceptance, you can create a deep and harmonious bond that is strong and enduring. A true man acts according to his principles and does not deviate from his path for external factors, including for women. A woman will respect a man who does not succumb to manipulation, who does not lose himself for the sake of others' expectations, and who is not afraid to follow his own way. A man's strength lies in his independence and self-respect. Be the man who does not seek excuses, who does not play on weaknesses, but builds his life according to his own principles and goals. The way of the samurai is the way of strength, honor, and loyalty to oneself. Be a samurai in your life.
Subscribe to our channel. Are you ready to become the best version of yourself? On our channel, we share samurai techniques and lessons that will help you develop your charisma, confidence, and inner strength. If you're looking for real self-development tools and striving for personal growth, you'll find exactly what you need here. By developing your thinking and choosing quality content, you not only become a more interesting person, but also create an aura around you that attracts people. Knowing how to attract others starts with working on yourself, and that work never ends. Every day is an opportunity to become a better person, and your efforts will be noticed.